Hello, Eric. How are you?
I'm pretty fine. What about you?
Good. It took me a long time to get a hold of you. I know that you're a great Salesforce developer, and I really wanted to have a great session, just to raise some questions about CRM, and you will come with your opinion as a Salesforce developer, and I will bring my opinion as a Zoho developer, and we'll let the audience decide which system is better, Salesforce or Zoho.
Sure.
Okay. And just one thing, just to be fair, I don't want you or me to be biased. So you and me will try to be neutral, just to give our professional opinion about the specific question and let the audience decide what's best for them. Is that fair?
Yeah, sounds fair.
Let's do it. So the first question, and by the way, we got a list of questions from the audience before this session. So I am going to read those questions and we'll try to answer them as quick as possible so we can run lots of questions. So the first questions, of course, it's about price. What costs less? Is it Zoho or Salesforce? From my point of view, Zoho, you have some free options, and then you can scale all the way up to about $45 will be the most expensive Zoho CRM software. Or if you take the Zoho One, which include the most advanced Zoho CRM edition, which is the enterprise edition, you will go to the $30 a month. I know it sounds stupid because you're going like down with the price and you get more, but this is the price. So the quick answer is $30 a month will give you the most expensive Zoho CRM product.
Yeah, well, with Salesforce, it can get a little bit pricey. It starts from $25
Okay.
and it can go up to $300 a month. So,
Okay.
yeah, big difference there.
That's nice. Okay. And what about if I want to have a trial version, let's say 30 days free trial, is it available with Salesforce?
Yeah, you can have a 30 days trial
Okay.
free of charge to try Salesforce.
Very good. Zoho also offers 30 days trial. And what about a free version? Zoho, for example, will have a free version that you can use Zoho CRM for free for life. Do you have anything similar to that?
Well, on Salesforce, we have something called developer version.
Mm-hmm.
We can use the developer version to get to know the CRM and the functionality, but it's very limited. So that's the only way you can have a free version of Salesforce.
Got it. But there is no version that you can actually work with.
No, not really. You have to pay for the most basic license. That's $25 per user.
Okay. Just to be fair, the free version of Zoho, it's very basic. Just to be fair, it's not, with automations and crazy stuff. It's very basic, just to be fair. Okay. So the second question will be the ease of use. Is it easy as a user to start working with Salesforce?
That's definitely a learning curve with Salesforce. It has a lot of moving components and you have to really get into the platform to feel comfortable using it. So it's not that easy to use Salesforce. For a complete beginner, it's not that easy.
So let's assume that I'm a new user. How much time it will take me to know Salesforce in a way that I can create deals, create leads, convert them, create activities, and so on?
Well, the business logic can be pretty straightforward. Like if you know the concept of leads, contacts, and that could be pretty straightforward. So it might take you maybe a week or so. But Salesforce has a lot of functionality. So if you want your CRM to use the functionality, it might take you like a month maybe to start getting the Salesforce vibes.
Got it. So that will take some time. In terms of Zoho, I think as a basic user, you will need a few hours just to know how it works. I created a short video that's showing how to use Zoho as a simple user, which means connecting your email, your calendar, set up, leads, converting them to deals. The entire course is about like 30 minutes. It's a very
wow.
quick, yeah, this is for the user, not for the administrator.
Right. Sure.
So as a user, I think that Zoho did a pretty good job that you can be up and running extremely fast. As an administrator, someone that needs to create the system and knows how everything works in the back end, that will take some time. I believe it will be a few weeks work to be up and running. That's
Right.
in the terms of Zoho.
Administrators also have the most difficult part, but yeah, sounds fair.
So how much time it will take an administrator to learn how to efficiently support Salesforce?
Well, in fact, Salesforce offers certifications, and in order to be an efficient administrator, it will be great if you have the certifications. And I think that if you want to have the certification, it might take you maybe at least 2 months, like studying every day.
Wow.
But yeah, and
wow.
then
So that's a profession. So that's really a profession. It's like being an architect or a lawyer.
Right. It's like
okay,
totally a profession on its own.
Now, I know that in Salesforce you can code the same way like in Zoho. If I need to create a custom function, I will code Deluge, which is a scripting language, almost similar to JavaScript, which is a very basic scripting language. I am not a good coder. I'm a shitty coder, actually. But I am able to produce great scripts using Deluge because it's not that difficult. How much time, for example, it will take you to learn, I think it's Apex?
Right, it's
right?
Epic.
How much time it will take you to know how to code for Salesforce?
Well, as you said before, the Salesforce is a profession on its own. So if you want to learn Apex, you must be willing to learn to code like really well, because you are using this language very similar to Java, if you know something about programming languages. But it offers...
I don't.
Oh, okay. It's really used programming language. Is like one of the most used programming languages. But that's the one they teach you on college. So that's not something that you can...
So it's close to Java.
Right. And it takes some time. Well, first you need to understand something like Java, because if you get into Apex like right away, you will fail. Most certainly you will fail.
So the quick answer is it's not really a scripting language that will take you a few hours to get used to.
Not at all. It's a complete architecture, like a complete world on its own.
Got it. So if I just summarize the entire section about ease of use, I will say that if you want to have an in-house Salesforce administrator, you will need to dedicate a resource to do only that.
Right.
And he will need to come with the right certifications, or you will need to train him to reach that point.
It can be both. In fact, Salesforce enforces you to work with people with certifications.
So I see. Okay.
They can have, the confidence to offer you the platform.
Okay, very good. Let's jump to lead all the way to the deal conversion. In Zoho, for example, whenever a lead comes in, and the lead will be the beginning of the process, the lead can start as a lead, and when it's mature or you think that he's a serious person, you can convert him into a contact, account, and an opportunity. Is it the same process with Salesforce?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same. with a small difference. That's in Salesforce we do have personal accounts.
Okay.
That's when
That's
you don't.
something like a business to customer, a B2C?
Right, right. That's the only difference. Like Salesforce offers like the module for a personal account.
Got it. In Zoho, we can do the same by just disabling the account. And then, right. Okay. Now, I know from one of my clients that there is a great feature with Salesforce that you can get emails, let's say to a specific deal, and you will see only the emails related to this specific deal and not all the conversations that you had with this specific person. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah, it's correct. With Salesforce, you have control, more control over all the activities going around the deals, the leads, the contacts.
I heard about this feature. We don't have it in Zoho. In Zoho, you will see the emails related to the contact of the deal. So you will see lots of emails, but not only the ones related to the deal. So I think it's a disadvantage. But I did hear about it, and it is a great feature. Now, do you have a way to have third-party integrations with Salesforce? Let's say you want to integrate Zapier, you like to integrate Calendly, third-party applications. Is it possible?
Yeah, in fact, Salesforce offers a lot of third-party integrations. They make deals with a lot of other companies, so they have a rich third-party integration environment.
Okay, in Zoho it's the same. You have the Zoho marketplace that you can with a click of a button you can integrate Calendly and all those, so no problem. And they created a new software. It's still the beginning, right? It's a 1 year old software named Zoho Flow that it's like Zapier that you can basically do it yourself. So if you're let's say you have a software named LearnDash, it will fire a webhook. You can capture the webhook using a Zoho Flow and then use a different application with this information. So it's basically like Zapier, but in the Zoho environment.
Wow, sounds nice.
It is nice. I see a big future for this product because lots of people using Zapier, as you know, and that's saving the cost of using Zapier. So I think it will be great. Okay, whenever you have a record, can you have for one record related modules such as emails, activities, notes, and so on?
Yeah, you can connect with a module all the other modules that you want. For example, if you have 3 other modules connected to a lead, yeah, you can do that without problem.
No problem. Okay. No problem. In Zoho, you can do the same. You can integrate modules, no problem.
Sure.
Okay, let's see the next question. Automations. This is a good one. So with Zoho, for example, you can have, I think about 6 different automations. And let's go over each one of the automations and we'll see if Salesforce supports the same. And after that, you will tell me if there are additional automations that you know about Salesforce, and we'll see if they exist in Zoho. Is that okay? Okay.
Sure.
So the first one is workflows. The workflows in Zoho will be whenever something happens, let's say a birth date of a contact arrives, then it will fire an email to the person. So it's about something that takes place, like the birthday date, and then there is an action. Do you have something like that also in Salesforce?
Yeah, in fact, it's called the same. It's called workflow.
They stole the idea. Look at that.
Yeah, you can do the same with Salesforce.
Okay. The second one will be a blueprint. So a blueprint will be in Zoho. It's a set of business requirements that the business owner is drafting. And then the employees must follow this blueprint. And basically, there is no way to avoid it. So if the blueprint is saying that when you contact a lead, you need to collect first name, last name, and the email, you cannot really bypass those instructions. Do you have something like that also in Salesforce?
Yeah, it's called Process Builder.
Okay.
It works pretty much like a blueprint. Like you can make actions or trigger actions before, during, or after the event.
Yep. So it sounds like the same. Now, is it, for example, with Zoho, the business owner or one of the employees can easily drag and drop those transitions and change the actions? It's really a click of a button. Is it the same? Is it easy to do it also with Salesforce?
Yeah, well, it's easy because it's a canvas and you can drag and drop.
Yep, same.
But in fact, it involves a lot of moving parts as well. So it's easy if you know the business.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so it sounds like the same. Next, we'll talk about assignment rules. So let's say when leads are coming from Toronto, they will go to one salesperson. When leads are coming from a different area, they go to a different salesperson. Do you have some kind of assignment rules in Salesforce?
Yeah, you can have assignment rules, but not on all the licenses or the versions that Salesforce offers.
Got
I
it.
think
So the more expensive will carry them.
the same with, for example, lead scoring.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the opportunity to score a lead in the most essential versions of Salesforce.
Same with Zoho, same thing. Only the expensive ones will have the cool stuff. Absolutely.
Right.
They need to push you higher, right? Okay. Now, the next automation, as you said, it will be lead scoring. So as I understand, you also have lead score that you can, based on received emails, based on missed appointments, you can play with the scoring.
Right. You can do the same, but as I said before, it depends on the version of Salesforce that you are buying, pretty much. That's what depends.
Okay. There is a feature that I also like in the automation section named schedules. So you can run some scripts on a daily basis, weekly basis, that is not really related to a specific record. So it's in general. I can just run the same script every day or every month or every year. Do you have a schedule ability in Salesforce?
Yeah, that will be something called like batch script, something like that.
Okay.
That you can schedule an event or something that changes a lot of records at the same time. If you want to send emails to a lot of records, then you can do that as well on a scheduled date, something like that.
Okay, very good. Customer support. Zoho customer support is okay. And I'm saying okay because some clients love it. And I checked also online, they got 4.5 stars review, which is very, very good. So I would say it's okay all the way to good. But some people are complaining a lot about Zoho CRM support. From what I see, I think people that don't like Zoho CRM support is because they're expecting to get a business advice from Zoho. So they will call Zoho with a business problem and they expect the support agent, which is not a business consultant.
Right.
He is a developer. They expecting him to analyze the business problem and produce a result. And I think this is the disconnection. But except that you can contact Zoho support using phone, email, tickets, and chat. So they're giving you basically all the options. How the support works with Salesforce?
Well, support on Salesforce from Salesforce is not that great. I think it's difficult to contact an agent or and stuff like that. Maybe and you don't. It's difficult to find an email to write too, right? So you rely on communities, on forums, maybe. Well, it's almost the same as you said with the business problem. But with Salesforce, you have the problem that you don't know if your problem is on developer area
I
or
see.
admin area. That's right. So that's the difficult part about solving problems with Salesforce. Looking for the right information, it's sometimes difficult.
So, as far as I understand what you're saying, I would probably guess that they are pushing clients to use partners, to use knowledgeable people that already know Salesforce, and that would be probably the best way to work with Salesforce. Is that correct?
Right. There are some pages that you write questions on it and some people will answer, but most of them are other Salesforce users, not
Got
really
it.
Salesforce people.
Okay. Um, Another question is that's a difficult one. So the
Okay.
question, yeah, it is difficult because it's related money. Money is always difficult. What's the average price of a Salesforce CRM implementation? So from the Zoho side, I would say about $3,000 will be a full system. A to Z, you're getting a beautiful system. What will be, from your experience, the price to implement a Salesforce system?
Well, I think it depends on the partner, but from my experience, I think it can get up to $10,000 and above quite easily. Like
Got it. So
quite
10,000 will be a base and then it goes up.
yeah, because you need developers, you need admins, maybe you need some marketing people that knows how to use Marketing Cloud. You know, a lot of resources to get a CRM up and running on Salesforce.
Okay, very good. Um, Reporting. Do you have any kind of reporting abilities in Salesforce?
Yeah, you can have all kinds of reports. In fact, you can customize your own reports. You can design the reports. So yeah, you have reporting on Salesforce.
Okay, in Zoho you have the Zoho reporting and you also have Zoho Analytics. Now Zoho Analytics, it's a really sophisticated business intelligence software that is coming free of charge as part of the Zoho One, and it allows you to analyze data the same way that extremely professional systems will do. So it's grabbing the raw data and it can do crazy things with it. They also offer you integration with artificial intelligence, with Zia.
Oh, wow.
So you can just ask questions. How much money did I earn last month from selling bagels? And it will tell you 55,000. So it's really, really sophisticated.
Yeah, well, with the Salesforce, we have something called Einstein.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the data slash artificial intelligence agent. It's you can use Einstein to build pretty sophisticated solutions. But I think it also depends on the license that you're buying.
Right.
The more you're paying, the more sophisticated it gets.
Got it. With Zoho One, which is an interesting concept, and that's what also drove me to use Zoho, it's that Zoho One includes 45 business applications and Zoho CRM is just one. For example, before I used Zoho One, I used to have Calendly as my calendar system, and now I am using Zoho Bookings. So clients can book appointments on my calendar. Before I was using MailChimp and I spent about $100 a month. Now I am using Zoho Campaigns to send all my emails. Before I was using QuickBooks as my accounting system. Now I am using Zoho Books. So basically about $800 worth of subscriptions were trimmed to $30 because now Zoho One is everything that I am using. The only thing that, and that I need to be fair, the only two things that I don't use with Zoho. One is Zoho Sites, which I think that it's not a good product. And the other one, seriously, I need to be honest. And the other one is Zoho Meetings. Zoho Meetings is great to have in internal communication between the team members. It's not something that I want my clients to face because I don't think that it's there yet. It's improving, but the audio quality is not there yet. So those are the only two products that I outsource. So I have Zoom as my meeting system, and I have WordPress as my website, except that it's 100% Zoho based. Now with Salesforce, do you have something like Zoho One, a platform that you have from Salesforce as part of the license, lots of different applications that support your business?
You have different applications. In fact, you have a marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
In Salesforce, those applications that you are talking about can be installed from other developers around the world. I don't know. But you can install those applications to your CRM or your environment. But talking in terms of, for example, marketing, you need another service from Salesforce. That's called the Marketing Cloud. And that's another development experience. That's another business process. It's very different. And you can connect those, but it's in fact another system, completely another system.
Sounds expensive, the way that you say it.
It is expensive. Salesforce can get pricey sometimes. But for example, in terms of sites, you have within Salesforce the sites section.
Yes.
And it's like having basically your web page within Salesforce.
Is it robust? Is it good like WordPress?
Oh yeah, it's robust in terms that you can develop sites or web pages with code. Like with the code you already know how to write, or if you hire some web developers, they can do that. They can build pretty good web pages within Salesforce because it offers you a pretty robust development environment.
Got it. So you can do everything that you want using this website development platform.
Right. You can create leads. You can even, for example, if you don't want to use the standard layout, for example, for a lead, you can write your own with code.
And the code will be Apex or?
Oh, it can be Apex for the backend, like for the brain of the web of the visual application. But you can use React, you can use Angular, you can use jQuery, Bootstrap, whatever you want. In fact, Salesforce offers you their own Lightning. It's called Lightning Design System. It offers you their own visual components, so to speak.
Zoho One as a system will offer, except of the CRM, lots of other applications like project management, billing, expenses, booking appointments, all that as part of the package without paying lots of money, as in Salesforce.
Right. I think the very best thing about Salesforce is that it's really for big companies. So that if a company has a pretty complex business process or business logic, you can do it more easily with Apex. You can customize pretty much everything. And that's the strength of Salesforce, I think. With Zoho, you get to work really fast.
Yes.
And maybe that's great, but you cannot change what you are looking at. It's good.
Oh, you mean that can you change the design of Salesforce?
Yeah, because you can change, for example, the standard layouts. You can write your own, as I said, with JavaScript.
So you can have, for example, first name, last name, and company name all in the same one line?
Yeah, you can write whatever you want.
Got it. This is impossible with Zoho, for example.
Right. So
you are limited to two columns, one beside the other.
Right.
So it is something I don't like, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but in fact, I think it's more cheaper. It's cheaper, right? To just
Very. In
get.
$30, you seriously, I have, you can check on Udemy. I have my Zoho CRM course. I have there like about almost 10,000 students. You can see the reviews and the comments. People up and running after a week. So they buy Zoho one, $30, and then they start working with it. And after a week, they're up and running. So again, for me as a small business owner, I believe that it's not that the big eats the small, it's the fast, it's the slow.
Right.
So in today's world, you need to be extremely fast to operate. And this is why I think why I chose Zoho is my application and not other applications, because it's so fast to be up and running and it's so inexpensive.
Right. I think that you get to choose Salesforce or so based on the complex of the business process that you are working with. Because if you are a small business that you are trying to get things done fast,
Mm-hmm.
so the best option for sure, right? Because if you don't know code, if you don't have the money to maybe hire an administrator, a developer, a marketing genius, something like that, with so you can do it with a few clicks, right?
Right.
And with Salesforce, not really. You have to study a lot just to get the functionality up and running.
Got it. Okay. So I think we answered all the questions that the audience asked. Thank you very much for your time, Eric. I extremely appreciate it. And if you'd like to move from Salesforce to the Zoland, I will accept you with open ends.
Sure, for sure. I'll be happy to do that.
Perfect.
Willing to be a Zoho developer.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Eric. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
having me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.